Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. I wish to speak with you this morning about selfishness. We have all noticed that there's a tendency of everything in life to go towards more and more. Whatever you focus on will increase. When you come from identification with the ego, it's not hard to see that the ego wants to acquire something. It wants to get something. It's hoping to get something from other people, from the earth. And at the same time, we've all experienced that unbridled selfishness can do harm to not only ourselves, but to others, and can further disconnect us from other people and from our source, at least in the illusion. Consequently, there are many admonitions all throughout history of not to be greedy, don't be selfish, share, think of others. But from the standpoint of the ego, that just sounds like restricting something that's completely natural. When this one had little children, he was amazed at their selfishness. He was also amazed at their selflessness. But when they wanted something, they wanted it. And they weren't really thinking about how that would affect anyone else. So there are many admonitions about not being greedy, not being selfish, not being unfair. Just a second. But what I want to bring forth in this conversation is that the desire for more and more and more is quite natural and only becomes unnatural in the framework of the illusion. It doesn't make sense to make yourself wrong for being selfish because it is your nature to want more and more. It is the nature of the universe to continue to expand, to grow larger and larger. The only problem is where the selfishness is aimed. If it's aimed external to you in the illusion, where what you acquire means someone else has less, then there will be guilt attendant to that selfishness. But there is a kind of selfishness that I want to encourage, and that is your desire to know yourself deeply, to know love, to know happiness, more and more and more and more, to let yourself be greedy for the experience of who you really are, to want it in everything. And then to use your desires while you're in this body on the earth as opportunities to express that selfishness for God with another person in your creations, in your relationships, in everything that you do. If it is your desire to celebrate more and more and more of who you are. Everything you do will have that at its core. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be happier and happier, because your happiness knows no limits. And it is your birthright to desire that and to achieve that and to know that. So release whatever judgments you have on selfishness and greed, and your judgments of others for their unfairness or hypocrisy. And know that everyone is born of desire. They're just desiring the wrong things out of the belief that the more they can get from someone or something, the better off they'll be. Let your desire for love, for peace, for happiness, for joy, for creativity, for self-expression be unlimited. And then let it color everything else you do. Seek ye first the kingdom with all the greed you have inside you. Unbridled selfishness for the kingdom of heaven, and all things will be granted unto you. It's a wonderful thing to want more, and very understandable. You are more and more. Give yourself that freedom. And then share what you gain with everyone. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.